A lot of us are coming to YouTube to look for new coffee gear and how to use it. We're looking for new methods, new approaches. And it got me to wondering, do we really need better gear? Or do we just want to find coffee that tastes better? If that's the case, let's talk about that. If you believe a lot of what you watch on YouTube, it's easy to believe that the next upgrade is going to fix everything. Better machine, better grinder, better results. What could go wrong? But if you're not regularly exploring different types of coffee, different varieties, and going through a rhythm of change with those things, how do you know that things are getting better? How do you know what you really like? How do you know your favorite coffee is your most favorite coffee? At one point, I went out of my way to try and find the best, cheapest coffee, different value coffees from the supermarket, and experiment with those to try and get the best I could out of them. I was expecting a lot to be disappointed, thinking, how could these be up to much? But occasionally I was actually quite surprised. Some of these coffees were worth drinking. Unsurprisingly, some of them were pretty rough, ashy. Maybe you could taste the bag that they've been stored in for too long, and they were disappointing. But I hadn't spent much on them, so that wasn't a huge letdown. But over this period of experimentation, I was able to see that some were reliable, some were worth drinking, and it was more affordable, so I had no qualms in making more coffee. This had another knock-on advantage. I was making more coffee, I was able to dial in more effectively, and I was able to actually improve my overall coffee techniques a lot just because I was making coffee more often. That's when it clicked for me. It's not about buying better coffee. There's always an argument for good quality coffee. It's about understanding the differences between the different coffees that you have on offer and finding those so that you have comparison. You might even search them out more often and find them in different varieties. Something else that you may want to consider is the biases that you have around buying coffee. For me, different biases are flavor, affordability, and ethics. And they might be different for you. What do you think you're biased towards when you buy coffee? If you always brew the same variety of coffee, how can you be sure that your favorite variety isn't something you haven't tried yet? Even if you've been brewing coffee for years, how often do you force change? Different varieties, different roasts, different preparation methods, because those contrasts can always teach you something new. And I don't think this means that you have to spend more money. Some of the biggest lessons I've had have been with some of the budget coffees. I think it just means that you have to be prepared to maybe have a dud bag of coffee from time to time. But if that's at the risk of learning something and really improving in your coffee journey, I don't see that as a huge negative. If you stick to the same thing every time, I don't think you're going to learn or enjoy as much as if you just had a change from time to time. And if you are curious to explore more, speaking to your local roaster is an excellent first step. So, here's a simple challenge. If you find yourself obsessing or focusing on new gear, why not just change the coffee you're brewing? Pick something you wouldn't normally choose. Dial it in, brew it differently, and try to understand it. And I'm really interested to know what it was you found. What did you try, and what did it teach you? Hey, and if this kind of thinking around coffee is your thing, then do stick around on this channel for more. Thanks for watching.